And hello, friends. Welcome to Tabletop Tonight. I'm Ruel Gabriel, joined by my very special guest, James Hudson. James,
y'all?
How are you, my friend?
Good, how are you?
I'm hanging in there. It is hot out here, as Nelly would say back in the day.
Yeah, it's April, right? Like,
yeah.
What the heck?
I know, it's insane. But speaking of hot, this campaign of yours, my friend, has burned up Kickstarter. I mean, you're at over 800,000, 840,000.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Amazing. How are you feeling right now?
We're actually feeling really good. You know, end of a campaign is always exhausting, and like there's a lot of stress, and you hope you get everything just right. But you know, it's been really positive, and I think at the beginning people were like, I don't know about this whole no stretch goal thing, and you do these daily reveals, and what's that about? Yeah. And then once people get the groove of it, you're like, actually, this is really good. We get to celebrate what is being made, as opposed to like the carrot and the stick, you know, trying to lure me in. And we don't force people to be cheerleaders for our campaign, right? To like go out and recruit people so that we hit the next stretch goal.
Right. So that was a very conscious decision you made at the start. I'm sure long before the campaign was even put together.
We did it in the first campaign as well.
Yeah, that's right.
It actually, across the board, what it does is it really it takes a lot of pressure off of us too, because like as creators, you're a lot of times arbitrarily picking these milestones for like, okay, well, I think at our pace we'll drop this stretch goal in here, but then if things slow down, it drags, and people are like, well, I don't feel like we're ever going to make the next one. This is awful. And then you've got you've got full pledgers yelling at $1 pledgers in the back in the comments saying, if you just upgraded, if 28 of you would upgrade, we'd be there. And that's just not the conversation that you really want. Yeah. Right? Like you want it to revolve around the game and things that people hope to see in the game. And then in our case, our daily narrative, which we revealed yesterday, our 6th playable character, Krobach. Nice. And the story really centered around him leading up to this. And then so everybody, it was funny, 2 or 3 days before the reveal, people were like, man, I really like this Krobach guy's really cool. It'd be awesome if we could play as him. You think we could have him as a playable character? And then, you know, we're in the background just going, way. So, it's pretty fun.
Awesome. Want to welcome everyone who's joining us here live on Twitch. Thank you for hanging out with us. Yes, we are going to be playing Tidal Blades 2 live here. Now, you've been hanging out with a bunch of content creators for the last couple of weeks, and you played the first scenario quite a few times. And what are we doing tonight?
We're actually going to show off the second scenario.
Nice.
And one of the things that we're really aiming to do in Tidal Blades 2 with all these scenarios, right, is a lot of dungeon crawls are kill everything on the map, you win. And we've, with a conscious decision, that's going to happen sometimes, because sometimes it's just fun to use all your fun stuff to smash things.
Oh, yeah.
Hulk smash.
But
a lot of times, all of our scenarios are really, they have a puzzle or a teamwork aspect or some sort of strategy that you need to deploy that makes it not just hack and slash.
Right.
And we're pretty proud of that. And so that's another thing that you'll see in scenario 2 that, you know, you'll see.
Yeah.
Ruel, you haven't got to play this yet.
I know. So. I'm super excited. So I'm learning this, folks, along with y'all in chat. We're gonna James is gonna teach us the game. We're gonna hang out here, learn it, and I'm super excited for all the reasons you're just talking about. Want to say hello to everyone in chat. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Slivers. Thank you, Tommy Miller. Good to see y'all. Vault says, "Hey, Ruel. Hey, chat. I just backed this a couple of days ago. Still want to get the first one, but haven't had the chance yet. So, is there a way for them to get the first one? I don't know that.
So the first, we aren't selling the first one in the campaign, mainly just because to reproduce it was going to be way too expensive.
Yeah.
But Skybound Web Store, I think, still has some. They had a listing for the deluxe. Okay. Now, if you want the retail version, like you've got on beautiful display here,
look at that.
That is also out in the world as well.
Okay.
So there's ways to play the first one.
Yeah. Do some digging, folks. I'm sure you can find it. Use the internet like I do. Thanks. And Amanda Panda is in the house. Hello. And she is very excited to see you in the studio here.
What up, Amanda Panda?
Thank you, Amanda. Good to see you. And hello, everyone. Again, thank you for joining us. James Hudson in the house. I'm literally in my house right now. I'm super excited.
Literally here.
Yeah.
And Meeple will let you know.
Yes. James met Meeple a little while ago. Meeple, our pug, folks. And she welcomed you with, I wouldn't say open arms.
Fervor.
Yeah, fervor. She was barking up a storm. But, you know, like any good dog person, you were patient with her. Oh, yeah. And all of a sudden, y'all are friends.
We're homies now.
We're definitely homies. Let's see. Folks, again, if you have any questions for James, I mean, now's the time to ask. As we play, you know, just drop them in chat. We'll highlight them here, and we'll get to them as we go here. James says, Panda Angel has an important question to ask you. She says, when are we going to play this game together?
Hey, I'm off next week. So whatever, you know, if you want to swing through, just come on over to shoot it. Gio and Christina don't want to play it. They played the first scenario and they don't want to play it anymore. They're like, we want to wait until the game's out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but guys, we can play the first 6, and they're like, no.
They're gonna wait.
They're gonna wait.
I respect that. I definitely respect that. So last couple of weeks, you're telling me before we went on air, sleep was sort of the thing that you've been missing lately.
Oh yeah, it's also one of those things like you're really stressed and you're constantly answering comments and messages and things like that. But it's just me. I've got Tim and Ben and David and Lena, Mr. Cuddington, and then the design team, and they're obviously very helpful, and we do a lot of stuff together. But the maintenance side of things is really just on me to go through. So I'm gonna sleep on Saturday. I'm gonna sleep in.
Yes.
And probably gonna eat a big nasty brunch from someplace, and then go take a nap. It's gonna be a great. It's gonna be a great Saturday.
You've earned many naps, my friend. You have earned many naps. I was just looking at the Kickstarter campaign earlier today. I really appreciate the fact that y'all have, really, like you said earlier, just focused conversation on the game. I mean, we all know the internet trolls are out there and do things. But I feel like you have done a fantastic job of just, getting past that negativity. And which is sad to say, like, we should be celebrating. I mean, this game is getting close to $1 million in funding, man.
Right.
I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So for you to focus your community on Kickstarter on the game and keep the trolls out, I commend you and your team.
Well, it's been there's something I implemented this time. I've done them a little bit in the past where I did videos, but I was like, I'm actually going to do one every day, and just pick out what are the most asked questions and just answer them with inflection, and then also because sometimes I'm not the best writer, and so like. And when somebody writes something, you can kind of infer in what you want out of that text. Whereas if I'm telling you on video and you can hear me and you can hear my inflection, a lot of times that explanation comes across better. Yeah. And it's been a big hit. Everybody's really enjoyed it. And to the point that I'm going to keep doing those videos once a week after the campaign.
Okay.
Just because they turned into my daily rants. Everybody's like, oh, let's tune into James's daily rant.
Right.
Because sometimes it has a lot of information, and then other times you get a stream of consciousness sometimes, and it just kind of flows out of me, and I'm like, sometimes I'm like talking, I'm like, I wonder if I should really be talking about this right now.
I love it. It's just like just ramble. It's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but I'm sure you haven't gotten yourself in any kind of trouble.
Not yet. That day's coming, I'm sure.
And Tommy Miller, hi Tommy Miller, says daily reveals are better than stretch goals, and I would definitely agree with that. I think it's just the way you're approaching it. It humanizes the whole thing, right? And there are people behind this game, like yourself and your whole team, and it's just I think it's easier for people to connect with that rather than like a blog post or something. Nothing, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I really feel that connection.
I did a TikTok when we started the campaign, and it talked about are stretch goals fake? And I was like, yes.
Okay.
And no.
Okay. Yeah.
Because the whole idea is, and if there are backers on here, they've probably heard me preach this already, but it's the quick elevator version is crowdfunding campaigns allow us to put more stuff into a box, right? So when we make a game that goes straight to retail, we have to mitigate. We have to go, mitigate a risk. Is this going to do well? We don't know. So we need to pare it down. What do we think people want to pay for this experience? Okay, $40. Well, that means I have X amount of dollars to spend to make the game. So when you do crowdfunding and you know up front, some of your risk is alleviated, and so you can take the risk and the volumes, and you can put more stuff in. So like when people go, C-Mine, they shouldn't be on Kickstarter anymore. They're a big company. Yeah, sure, they could take those games straight to retail, but the games wouldn't look the same. They wouldn't have the same amount of stuff. And I'm not talking about just components. I mean, even the amount of content that's in the game, right? They have to pare it down and make it more palatable because they have to mitigate the risk. And so I know that it's getting very technical on the back end of stuff, but it is a thing that crowdfunding allows us, especially on these passion projects, to be able to go, cool, we're gonna add a 6th character, or we're gonna make the dice have swirly translucent stuff, because that stuff does cost money. And I've really tried to push back on the entitlement. Like people go, thick card quality, linen finish, spot UV, all that stuff's standard. It's not standard.
Right.
That stuff costs money, and it digs into profit margins. And I know that ain't the fun thing to talk about in board games, right? But if companies aren't profitable, they don't get to keep making you more games.
Right.
So if you like the stuff that we make, I mean, maybe there's some companies who don't care. I don't care if they're profitable. I don't care, right? I mean,
Yeah.
this is a crappy thing to say. But, you know, if you enjoy this and you want more of this, then we have to be healthy to a certain extent, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And actually, today's video, I ranted on greed versus laziness, because I think there's some people conflating. There was a comment that really kind of just took me on this tangent, right? I've said, you know, companies are greedy when they just reskin Monopoly over and over, or they reskin Zombicide over and over. And I'm like, that's not greed. Greed is Jeff Bezos when he has insane profit margins and raises his prices, even though he's already very profitable, and he cuts the benefits of the people who helped produce it. That's greed.
Yep.
So if you want to say a company is lazy or they have uninspired design, you can, you know what, I wouldn't agree with you.
Yeah.
But I could see where you would make that case.
Right.
That's not the same thing as being greedy. And so that was, I can tangent all day.
I love it. No, that's great. I appreciate you sharing your thoughts. You know, I'm just going back a little bit. I want to talk to you about how any lessons that you've learned, you know, going on that led to this moment, you know, between, say, the first campaign and this one. Any of the big challenges or obstacles, and also in the context of, we're in the middle of a pandemic right now, for sure, and shipping and blah blah blah.
Well, we definitely learned some lessons on Wonderland's War. Don't make big A games because they cost a lot to ship and they're big and they're heavy.
Yeah.
But I think one of the biggest things is in the first Kickstarter, we launched it, everything went well, and then I joined Skybound. We got really busy. We spooled up a lot of projects, and the communication lagged after the campaign, and then there was delays, and it took longer than it needed to, and overall, I had bosses that I had to please, and I didn't control every aspect of everything.
Yeah.
And I'm just excited to be back as an indie and being able to. I do get to control everything. Right. If it's late or if it's the communication lags this time, it's just my fault. I don't have anybody else to point at. Right. But Maya Coleman, they joined us for quite a while at Skybound, and Maya made it their mission to really bring back that trust with the backers and really over communicate. Okay. And it really taught me there's a ton of value in that, and just being really transparent, saying if something sucks, you just say, hey, this thing right here, this part sucks. And hey, Wonderland's War, it's delayed a lot because there's a pandemic. We didn't fire a pandemic off the world. Right. We just have to work through it, So just being really transparent, and when bad news comes, you just say, hey, here's some bad news. Let's deal with it.
Yeah. All right. Let's check out some questions in chat here. Let me see. If you see anything, just let me know, and I can throw it up on the screen here. Looks like James seems to have great taste in music. I see you, my fellow emo.
Oh, yeah. Today's video had an MCR shirt on.
Oh.
That's My Chemical Romance for you not in the know.
Nice. Question from Slint Dragon. Hello, Ruel and James. Quick question. I wanted to add the miniature watch to my pledge, but I don't see on the page where I can add it.
It's one of the things that's unfortunate about Kickstarter is their checkout system isn't the best. So add-ons, typically, if you've already pledged, right, you're going to need to go to that button that says Manage My Pledge. And then there should be a screen that shows rewards and add-ons. Okay. And if you click on the tab for add-ons, this should populate, and then you can add it there. But it's not the most straightforward.
Cool. Tommy Miller also says, love how James runs his campaigns. I have the Grim Forest, Tidal Blades 1, about to get Wonderland's War, and have backed this.
Thanks, Tommy Miller.
Tommy Miller, then, the man. Cool. We've seen that before. Let's see. Legends. Hi, Legends. Ruel has James's present. Cool. James has Ruel's present. Cool. It's a bunch of coolness here.
Yep.
Which is what we need with the heat today. Oh my gosh. Yes. Southern California. I hope you're not burning up. Let's see. Caught that. Yeah, I don't know if you want to. Amanda says you choose a pledge level, then you will do your add-ons, and then you complete your pledge. Cool. All right. And coming down.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So if you haven't already checked out, right, then you just check out, and then it'll pop up the screen afterwards. Do you want to add any of these add-ons on? And we have a lot for this one. We didn't intend. I've never had this many add-ons before. Yeah. But it was just one of those things where it's people want a wash, or people want sleeves, and then we have the RPG is also part of the campaign. Yeah. And then the RPG has a GM screen and dice and different things that you can get. And we had a lot of questions about like, why don't you have an all-in pledge, like a all-in.
Yeah.
And because we had so many add-ons, if we did that, there would be undoubtedly people going, I like all of that stuff except this one thing. If that wasn't in there. So it just didn't make, we just made all-in, I'm air quoting all-in, game pledges, right? So get the game package that you want, and then you just add on the extras that fit your preferences.
Yeah. And when you're trying to figure out what add-ons to add, I mean, I'm sure you have a huge old list. I mean, how do you pare it down, and how difficult it is? Is it to focus down to a few or whatever you decide?
It is pretty difficult because as creators, we just kind of want to make everything.
Yeah.
Here, it's all here. But the big thing, and again, it gets kind of businessy, is if you look at an add-on, you're like, how many people do I think's actually going to get this, right? And if that number is not like 1,000, then you can't really economically make it. So you can't. It doesn't have viability as a product.
Right.
And I've been yelling at the sleevers all week. Because the sleevers are loud.
Really?
You sleeve people are loud, and they all make demands, and they're like, if I don't have this sort of sleeve, it doesn't have these microns, and it doesn't fit in the box, and so what we ended up doing this week is we actually made a deck box, and we're going to offer sleeves, right?
Oh, okay.
And it's a great moment. I talked about it in yesterday's video, but it was like they think they're this huge amount of people, and I'm like, you're really the minority. You're like really, really small amount.
Yeah.
And like, no, we're not. And so far, there's been about 300 people add the sleeves on.
Okay.
So like we're a long way away from being a viable product. Right?
Yeah.
We're still gonna make it. We'll still have, and I'll just sell the rest later on the web store and things like that.
Okay.
I want to give this to the sleevers. I love you, sleevers. You guys are great. You're passionate. We love you.
Yes, they're definitely.
But also, there's not as many of you as you think there is.
Listen to that, folks. We got a question. Is there going to be a surprise card under the insert like the Grim Forest?
Well, I guess you'll just have to look and see, huh?
You'll have to see, folks.
Why would I tell you that? Then it wouldn't be a surprise. That was actually a very an indulgent thing. That actually cost a good bit of money to do. Because
really?
They had to be manually added into the bottom. So they put the card in, and then they put a false bottom on top of it. So a lot of times people just throw it in under the insert, which is easy. But we actually had them make a false bottom. There are still people today that open that first edition, and they're like, they'll say, I don't have the genie card. And like, have you checked and they're like, I've looked under. I'm like, yeah, like pill at the corner. And they're like, what?
That's awesome. T50DS, DM screaming. I didn't know there was an RPG D&D component of this. Oh, my budget.
Well, so DVD, it's two separate games, right? There's what we're gonna play tonight, which is the board game, the tabletop game, and then we have an RPG that is a true paper and pen RPG that we partnered with Monty Cook Games to do.
Nice.
In the Cypher system, we wanted to use an established system. We didn't want to make our own system. We're not RPG creators. And we wanted to partner with somebody who already had a passionate fan base. And the Monty Cook team is amazing. Shauna Germain authored the entire book. It's a 416-page core book. Wow. It's got all the Cypher rules. It's got all the Tidal Blades stuff. And people who are like, I want Tidal Blades art, like, get this book. Even if you don't think you'll play the RPG, this is $60 well spent for the book's like this. Even the MCG team was just like, we don't typically put this much art in our books.
Really? Okay.
But David and Lena just went buck wild. They're like, we're gonna illustrate this world for you. So awesome. It's amazing. There's a campaign that you build out like your own houseboat.
Oh, okay.
It's a first for the Cypher system. Like Shauna introduced it for this. It's
cool.
Really cool, and it ends up being like a home base that you can come back to and keep like building on to and stuff.
Okay.
For any campaigns in the future. So
that's
pretty neat.
That's great. I love seeing that when you guys decide to do the RPG, because that's, again, playing the first game and just this world that it's been created, just amazing.
It's the RPG really. It was a test of our how much depth we thought was actually in the world.
Yeah.
But I think it made this game better. Because as we built out the world for the RPG, because the RPG is it's pretty much done.
Yeah.
Right? Like that book's done for the most part. It took a lot of world building to get that to where it needed to be. Because Shauna would come back with, well, how does the money work? Oh, well, I know shells, but how? You're like, oh, okay. Well, they're like these shells. She's like, I need more. Because it needs to work like a real financial system. You're like, okay. And so building all those systems out really, it really made this part where we're building out the narrative, because this is a narrative dungeon crawl campaign type game. What I'm really excited about is I think people are going to play this game. And I know it's a lot to ask people to play 18 to 21 scenarios, but I think this is going to deliver an experience people aren't used to. Nice. Not just in gameplay, but like the feeling, the epicness that the story. Because like I read the story that we were building the game around, and I like teared up. I'm like, is this like? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay, all right. This is it's amazing. Like it's got to be a TV show someday. It's got to be more than just this. It's like it's got the bones for it. So
awesome. Okay, well, folks, there you have it. We're going to be playing the game in just a minute here. Just want to remind you all, please check out the link I'm dropping in the chat right now. If you want to back Tidal Blades 2, link is right there. Click on there. There's more info. You can back it there, and stick around. As we play, ask those questions. We'll highlight them on the screen and get them answered by the man himself. And why don't we take a look at the game, friends? Let's transition over here. Look at this. I got it. The squishies. It's all about the squishies.
And these are from Tidal Blades 1, right? We're just using these as stand-ins.
Yeah.
Tidal Blades 2, these will be clear.
Oh, okay.
They're really cool clear color shell.
Nice.
A different kind of shell. And these will be Maron fruit. They're green.
Oh, okay.
And they've got a totally different shape.
Nice. I love the fact that the first comment right here. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Thank you, Judy. Good to see you here. So James, why don't you take us through the overview of the game, and we can launch right into it whenever we're ready.
Sure. So there's a few things that are kind of basic, and then the systems will, once you understand kind of the core of the game, each scenario just kind of layers on like an onion on top of it. And so it's great in that way that you kind of get up to speed and running and playing in that first scenario, second scenario very quickly.
Okay.
So let's talk about some of those core things. You've got this grid, right? These grids are going to be where you play the majority of your actions. And you're going to have a deck of cards. And as you play cards down, you'll draw, say, like 4 cards up into your hand that are shuffled. You'll shuffle and draw those up. And then on your turn, you'll place one of these cards down into your grid. Now, when you place a card into your grid, you're either activating a row or the column. Choice yours.
Okay.
If I were to activate this row, I would also get these generic bits that are in the empty slots as well. So like that's going to factor into what you need at a time of whatever the situation is out here on the board. But if I instead activated the column, then I get to chain these cards together. And so you start to kind of build up really big turns as you build out your grid, and you've got stuff in here that you're like, okay, I've really set myself up for some big turns, because once you do a 3-card combo, after you execute that, that's when those cards clear. So then it kind of replicates the ebb and flow of battle.
Right.
And so, let's talk about these icons a bit. You've got, actually, this was actually a really good setup here to show you some stuff. So the arrows, that's going to be your movement. Anytime you see the sword, those are attacks. Attacks are, those are translated into combat dice. That's how many you'll get to roll when you're making an attack. Okay. If you see a sword, but it doesn't have this green background with a chain, that's like a single attack. If it's got this little crossbow with a number on it, it's a ranged attack, and that's your range. Okay. Now, if you see, like I've got here this fight or flight card, and I wanted to combo this and with the loop amplification. This is saying that I am combining this into one attack. So it's chained them together. So now I'm going to get to roll 3 dice in this scenario, right? Or in this case, I've got a 5 dice combo. Oh, nice. And there's some other symbols on there, like when we do stunts now, like if you remember from the first game, stunting is when you'll spend spirit, and they'll just tell you, it's pretty self-explanatory, but like in this case, I spend a spirit and I get an extra dice for this attack. Okay, cool. Most stuff's pretty explanatory on there, but if you see a symbol on yours as you're playing and you're like, I don't know what this is, just ask me. Cool. The other card you need to know about are these persistent power cards. We start with 1 in the middle. I'll get you set. You have 2 to start with because this is the second scenario. But typically, in the first scenario, you just play 1 straight down. Okay. It's seated on the board. But persistent powers, essentially what they do is, as long as this is on your grid, if you qualify for what it says, it applies. So in this case, this one says you may make a free reroll on one attack each round. So that's pretty helpful.
That's cool.
I think you've got one that says if you're at the top of the initiative board, you get a free spirit every round.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So things like that. So as long as you qualify, you get it. You do not have to activate the row or column that card is in for that to count.
Okay.
It is like it says, a persistent power.
Cool.
Let's talk about our player board over here. You're going to see up here on the top, you've got the shell shield. Your shell shield is reminiscent of Tidal Blades 1, but this activates, it's more advanced now. It's got a little bit more going on. And so we have a closed economy thing happening here with these shells. We're trying to charge these up, as this represents kind of the energy of the shell shield and how much it can do for you. So as you activate things that give you shells, you'll charge them up and they'll come onto your shell shield. And while they're here on the shell shield, say that 5 times fast, they count as defense. So if this mud crab was to come smack you for 5 damage, let's say, you could choose to block 3 of it with your shell shield because you've charged up essentially 3 units worth of defense. Now, as you use your shell shield for defense, it kind of bleeds away its effectiveness. It has to like recharge back up. Okay. So like if you blocked 3 of that damage with what you had, you would remove 1, and now you'll have 2. So if a second mud crab attacked you, now you've only got a 2.
Got it.
And this is important. I'll just say that. It's I played this with Bonita the other night, and let's just say I did not put shell shields on my shell in my shell shield, and it did not go well.
Wow.
But when it gets back to your turn, if you still have any shells here, they move over into your quantum reservoir. Now, here, shells count as almost like a currency. We have some abilities here that show what they do and how much they cost. And these shells are going to stay in your quantum reservoir until you spend them.
Okay.
So it's up to you to kind of manage the flow. So it's got a very Terra Mystica with the magic, kind of like,
love it.
How do I want to use these? And like, I'll see people who are like, it's not the greatest time to use this for whatever, but like, I really need to get some back over here because I need some defense. So
I dig that.
Okay. Down here in our stats, you'll see the 4 things that you might remember from Tidal Blades 1. So synergy is here, spirit is the red column, focus is orange, and resilience is green. Now we'll start with resilience. That's your health. That's easy. Okay. As we take hits, we're going to move down. If we drop down to the second row, we're going to take wounds. Wounds are bad. Don't want those if we can avoid them. Sorry, you guys see the top of my head. Wounds, if you get a wound, they go into your grid and they clog up your grid. They cannot be discarded until the end of the scenario. Okay. And they're actually marked on our campaign book, and as you get more and more, every 5 wounds you get, you'll get battle scars, and battle scars are mixed into your deck permanently, and they pop up and they have some ability, but they usually have some cost, and they're they replicate a battle scar. Yeah. You played poorly at some point, and now there are repercussions. Your focus here, this allows you to boost a die or discard a card. The main way you're going to use this for the most part is to boost dice. So when we roll our combat dice, I'll put these over here where you can zoom in on these tiny little icons. We're going to roll these. Like in this case, let's say I got to roll 4 dice against something. The red capals are pretty self-explanatory. Those are hits. The tide symbols are, if we're fighting with advantage, we would get to count those as hits. That's getting pretty advanced. We don't have to worry about that right now. Okay. And then you'll see the focus symbol. So the focus while you're attacking is replicating thematically. I'm really focused on the attack that I'm doing, and I'm going to like pump out some extra damage because I'm highly focused. But you have to have that resource to spend it to convert it. So in this case, I've got 1 on my board. I can convert 1 dice face showing focus into hits. So I could spin this and turn those 2. Obviously, I'm going to get more from there. Had I had 2 focus, I could convert this one and this one to make all of that 3 hits. So currently I've got 1, 2, 3 standard hits, and I could spend 1 here and make that 5, or I could spend another one and make that 6. Okay. But the spending is per dice face.
Okay.
So like if you, for some reason,
Yeah.
if you did one of these situations where it was like, I just rolled what could, like I can't just spend one and turn everything into it. It's per dice.
Got it. Okay.
And then lastly is spirit. And spirit is used for extra movement and stunting. I told you about stunting over here on the cards. If you can spend it, you can do the extra thing. But then there's gonna be lots of times you need one extra movement to get within range of something, or two extra here. You can spend your spirit for extra movement.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And that's the player board. The last thing that we need to talk about here that I don't normally get to talk about, because since we're starting with the second episode instead of the first, in the first episode we don't focus on this, but each player is going to have two paths that they can go down. In Echo's instance, we've got the path of power and the path of knowledge. Now, there's a little thematic tie-in as far as for the characters, but it's mostly based on a play preference. So in this case, the path of power is on the path of power, Echo will unlock strong attacks, skills that boost her strength and maximize her effectiveness in battle, whereas the path of knowledge will unlock skills and abilities that give her extra cards, access to hidden information, and reward her for attempting new actions.
Oh, okay, cool. So you choose one of these before we get going?
No, so it's pretty interesting. So our goal cards are going to be shuffled, and we'll take one randomly. And these are like personal goals. So down here, what I've got is two different things that I'm trying to do. And if I can advance it as many times as it asks me to, I'm going to get to mark off that much XP in that path on my little campaign card.
Okay.
So aggressive experiment here says defeat an enemy. So if I can defeat an enemy twice, I will unlock 2 XP in the power category. Or if over here, if I can gain a status or a wound twice, I'll get 3 in knowledge.
Oh, okay.
You can actually do both sometimes.
Okay.
It's pretty difficult to usually do both.
Right.
Because a lot of times these are kind of pretty opposite of each other. Because if I'm gaining wounds, that means something's beating him up. It means I'm not defeating it.
Right.
So that's kind of how these work.
Cool.
And it's one of many ways, actually. I'll show you Dust's character sheet real quick. Probably no one heard that since my head was not anywhere near the... But here is a great example of the character sheet, right? And so you've got Dust's 2 different paths here, flow and grit. So there's a lot of XP, and along the way you're unlocking cards that are specific to that path. And then you also unlock some check marks, which come over here into your skill tree and let you unlock things and kind of build your character the way you want. And then you're going to build up XP so that you can expand your base traits. And be stronger in focus or spirit or things like that.
And each character gets one of these, right?
Each character gets one of these. Book. Yep. Our little book will be for each character.
Nice.
Apparently somebody else named Butts. You'll also track all your wounds and get your battle cards. You can track your XP and your fruit. And then as a team, we will collect fame, which will then unlock different things for us.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Love it. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So
I think
excited.
that's enough to be dangerous. I mean, I'll explain. One other thing we need to know real quick. So on our cards here, you'll see there's a little number underneath your character portrait. That is how much you're going to either move up, down, or not move on the initiative track. Initiative is pretty straightforward, just like you think when I get to go in the round. Well, the bad guys get to go too. So if I played this power up card this turn, I would be moving down twice. So that's how we're going to set the order. It's very straightforward and pretty simple. But just a heads up that's what those numbers do. Okay. So if you're like, oh, I'm hurting and I need to go first, you're going to want to play a fast card as opposed to a slow card.
Got it. All right. Excited.
Cool.
All right. Again, thanks for joining us, folks. If you're joining us for the first time here, welcome. Appreciate it. This is Tabletop Tonight. My name's Ruel Gavulon. I'm hanging out with James Hudson, Druid City Games, and Tidal Blades 2. Super excited about this. Let's get into the game.
Okay, well, let me set the scene a little bit for you.
Please.
So, in the first scenario that you did not play, we saved a bunch of citizens from a spine squid tentacle. Nice. A spine squid with a bunch of tentacles trying to grab citizens. So, they were all spread out across the Banner Festival, but, we ran in there, we saved the day.
All right.
We saved as many citizens as we could. And depending on how well you did, you got a certain amount of XP and fame for that.
Okay.
But at the end of scenario 1, we did get these upgrade cards. And so what you see here is typically you start with 1 persistent power card.
Okay.
Now we have a second. So what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to choose which one of these you want to slot into your grid to start this round, and the other one's going to get mixed into your deck.
Okay.
So in my case, I'm going to go with, I'm actually going to keep my Brain Flex. That's the first one for Echo. This gives her a +1 to all ranged attacks. So
Okay.
I'm gonna slot that one in, and then the rest will get mixed in.
Cool. So I've got a choice between Twist and Stab or Cocky Boasting. So this persistent power at the start of my turn, if I am the highest on the initiative track, I gain 1 spirit. Is that
That's right.
Spirit?
That's right.
Or Twist and Stab persistent is after each melee attack, if I've dealt damage, I may move 2 more spaces.
Ooh.
So that might go well with my reckless speed objective here. Move 5 or more spaces in 1 turn.
Now you're thinking like a gamer.
Yeah, and then I'll save you defeat an enemy that is adjacent to another hero.
That might be harder since there's only 2 of us. In this
Yeah,
so
we're doing Twist and Stab.
all right, so you can just mix that one, give it a little shuffle into there.
Where's this go? Is this just out?
No, it's going to shuffle into your
Yeah,
deck.
it is going to shuffle.
Yep,
that.
you're going to shuffle that one in.
Cool.
Now, later on, you're going to need to upgrade that if you want to be able to carry more persistent power cards into your deck. So you can kind of get 2,
Yeah.
but then from there, you're going to have to start spending XP if you like, because you're going to gain more of those, but you might have to like do a little pre-scenario juggling there.
Got it. Okay. I want to shout out Sheer Boredom. Thanks for hanging out. Good to see you, Roberto. And a quick comment here. Bjorn the Bold said, this is one of the best looking board games I've seen. Congrats on your campaign. My wife backed the game and RPG.
Listen, David and Lena are amazing artists. I'm kind of shocked that they're not incredibly famous in the board because like a lot of times I'll see people's favorite artists and I won't see them mentioned. I'm like, do you know they exist?
Right.
Have you seen Brass Birmingham? Have you seen Santorini?
Yeah.
Have you seen Tidal Blades? Grim Forest?
Yeah.
So
it's
they're
interesting.
amazing.
Like, I wonder why. It's just maybe.
I think a lot of times their art has a very Disney kind of kid kind of vibe, like family friendly vibe to it.
Yeah.
Although Brass Birmingham or Grim Forest, not necessarily.
Right.
But I think people like their serious tool art and their
fantasy and
what's his name?
The
Miko.
The Miko. Yeah, I know.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I like all that art too.
Right.
I'm just surprised. Hey, Maple. I'm just surprised that they're not mentioned more often.
I agree.
In that conversation.
They should be. Yeah. So that's Meeple, our pug. She's one week into our home, and she forgot that James was here. So
She just remembered.
Yeah, she just remembered. So Henri says the art is superb. Yes.
Agreed. And I'm super biased, and I don't care.
Okay. So
All right, so that's what we did in the first one, right?
Yes.
And so essentially at the end of that, they're like, "Hey, you need to be at the fold by the morning." So we've been building for this moment for at this point as like 3 years, right? Like in Tidal Blades 1, we knew from the story that we needed new Tidal Blades because the fold was breaking down and monsters were coming through. And so essentially the end of scenario 1 is we finished. We're the new Tidal Blades. The Banner Festival was the end of our training. We were supposed to have a hot minute to rest, but things are breaking loose.
Yeah.
And now we've been sent to the fold, and that's where we're at. Like this is the entrance to the fold, and it's time to get in there. But as you can see, we've got some obstacles in our way.
Yeah, we've got plenty of obstacles to deal with. This is gonna be fun. And of course, my chat thing just went down, so that's to be expected. Yay! But thanks again for hanging out with us, folks. You're looking at Tidal Blades 2 now on Kickstarter. There's the link right there. I'm just going to drop it in real quick. Check it out. You've got less than 24 hours to back it, so please click on that and check it out. Board Game Smith says the nice thing is the gameplay was as good as the art. Oh, nice. And Vault Hunter Argus said Meeple realized James was getting more attention than her. Can't have that. Of course. All right,
well, let me I can read through this pretty quickly because it's only a little bit, and then that's the thing, we didn't want to make people read a ton, but also the story's good.
That's the thing.
So the early light of morning casts a coral veil on the horizon as you bring your watercrafts to a halt. In the shallows before you stands the mighty fold, both magnificent and terrifying, a wall of white strands spiraling in and out of existence. According to your map, your entry point is just ahead. Is everyone synced? Echoes asks. You all check your bracers and help retrieve the Nexus off Axel's backpack. With the flick of a switch, you send the device hovering into the air. As you know, the Nexus will allow us to unfold the hyperdimensional barrier. Echo explains. It is imperative to keep it active at all times, lest the fold shuts down on us and traps us inside. Remember your training. We shall proceed carefully, sector by sector, and rescue any surviving Tidal Blades along the way. Echo isn't a natural leader. The beta load looks frail and inconsequential next to the sheer immensity of the fold, but she's studied the barrier most of her life. Her knowledge and determination are unmatched, and so the group looks to her with confidence as she enters a series of commands on the control board. The Nexus starts beeping, slow and erratic at first, then faster as it attunes to the surroundings. The barrier is unstable. A formidable storm is trapped inside, but whatever happens, we must push forward and reach the Hyperloom. Repairing it is the only way to truly stabilize the fold and save Naviri. The ground shakes under your feet as the Nexus radiates a blinding white light. Good luck, my friends, she adds with a smile. The fold parts and a deafening blast hurls you backwards. You crash in knee-deep water, your vision blurred by sheets of rain. Columns of electricity blossom and vanish in an instant. You see the Nexus floating some 20 feet away, steaming badly, its protective coating torn off by the strength of the unearthly tempest. You are alone, separated from the group, with no one in sight. This is bad, Echo yells from the comm link. We've got to unite at the Nexus and resync. Before you can move, you see the scrabbling claws of mud crabs and hear the ferocious howls of sea hounds awoken from 15 years of stasis. They'll be calling their pack. We better get a moving before we're overrun, Cayman bellows. So, you've reached the fold's edge, but something went wrong when you activated the Nexus. You were hit by a powerful blast of energy and are now separated, surrounded by vicious foes. So, your scenario book is going to give you everything you need to get out of the box and get everything set up, introducing the gold cards like we've already done, and then how to set up the board. Bloop. So in this case, we have a spawn token over here. The Sea Hounds have the spawn ability, which allows them to add new figures to the map during the scenario. At the end of an enemy's turn, if their action card has spawn on the bottom of it, place a new figure of that type on the spawn token. The new enemy will take no action on its first turn. Sea Hounds are relentless, which means they're never removed from the initiative track and always reveal an action card, even if there are no figures left on the map. We will be getting status effects. Normally, this isn't something that you would take on in your first bout into Naviri.
Okay.
Real, but you're an advanced gamer. So on some action cards, the Mud Crabs and Sea Hounds will apply status tokens if they roll a tide symbol. So we have the danger die. When they attack us, this is like a cumulative thing. So we're going to flip over their cards. We don't know exactly what they're going to do, but they're going to have a base attack, and then it's additive to what we roll here.
Okay.
So sometimes we can trigger their special ability. Sometimes we get hit really hard. Sometimes there's misses, and their base damage actually goes down.
All right.
When a status is gained, it must be placed on an action card in your grid that it will affect. So like in this case, we've only got 2. I put them somewhere.
What is it?
I made a pile of them.
To what?
I thought I made a pile of them. I know I made a pile of them. Anyway, I'll get those out in a minute.
Okay.
I think I'm out. Actually, I got them out. I think I put them away. Like
Oh.
But they'll actually go on our cards, and like so, some is gonna take away some of our attack prowess, and some will take away our movement. Okay. Status tokens must be placed on action cards with the fewest status tokens on them, so you can't just pile them onto one card.
Yep.
And you cannot place a status token. If you can't legally place one, you lose 2 health instead.
Okay.
Some of these are going to have retreat, and that means they're going to hit us and they're going to run away and they're going to make us chase them down. Some are going to have armor, which is pretty self-explanatory. We've got to fight through that. But our current objective is to regroup at the Nexus. So our Nexus point is A.
Okay.
You are down here. You got tossed over here, and I got tossed all the way over here. Obviously, we can't move through the coral. We've got to only go where the hexes are.
Okay.
Now, at home, the hexes don't show up that great on camera with lighting, but we can see the hexes quite easily.
Yeah, you totally see it. All right, cool.
So, if all the heroes are on or adjacent to the Nexus at the end of a hero's turn, we get to flip over and see what happens next.
Nice. Okay. Before we get going, I just do want to do one quick thing. I want to say hello to everyone that's joined us from the raids. We had 2 back-to-back raids. Thank you, Phantom Meeple. Thank you, Brothers Murphy. Appreciate it. I'm Ruel. This is James Hudson, Druid City Games. We are going to be playing Tidal Blades 2 right now. You're just in time for the start. Hello, first-time chatters. Appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out with us, and let's get to the game right now. It is a cooperative game. We're working together to complete our goals, and yeah.
All right, so
let's do this.
We're ready to go.
Okay.
So if you're shuffled up,
Yep.
you can draw 4 cards. That's will be in your hand, and then you're gonna pick what you want, and we're off to the races, as they say. Yeah, that is a perfect first card. Sorry, Ruel, don't worry. Don't feel pressure because I've played this a few times.
I'm sweating right now. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Got my initiative ready.
I've played this a few
Yeah,
times.
I imagine.
So I may choose cards more quickly.
Okay.
All right, if you've got something picked, we're ready.
Yep.
So we'll flip it over.
Okay.
Okay. And then so here's how we resolve initiative. Let me flip over a card for all the baddies.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So first is Axel. Are you're moving up 2? So
Up
all right.
2,
So you're just gonna move up because there's only one spot for you to move up. You're gonna go there. Then the Sea Hounds, they're not moving, so they're gonna stay here. And then Echo is moving up 2, so I'll go 1, 2, come in right behind you. And Mud Crabs are actually gonna go down 2, so they're gonna go down to 5. So now our initiative is set. So you go left or right, top to bottom.
Cool.
So Axel, you're first. So you'll take your card that you choose, drop it into your grid, wherever you want it, and then activate that row or column.
Okay. Let's do. I'm gonna go here. All right. So I'm gonna put dash to the left of twist and step. Okay.
Now you can resolve any of these symbols and any of these actions in any order that you want that's most advantageous for you.
Okay.
So like sometimes you might want to spin stuff if you're maxed out.
Yeah.
Because then you can add it back after you've used it.
Okay.
So,
yeah. So in this case, I can do the spirit and.
yes. Right now you've got plenty of room to take those on. So like you can just add those to your board, your player board up there.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, I can go this way.
Yeah. You know, it's not a this way or that way. It's literally just think of it like a pool of actions.
Got it.
And you can use them in any.
Perfect. So I can grab one here, grab this here. Okay, cool.
Totally.
So let's do this. Which one is spirit?
Spirit's red. And focus is orange. They look very orange.
Orange.
In this prototype. That's a very southern word.
Is it really?
Well, I mean, at least it is to me, I guess.
Right now it is.
The only one that you probably don't know what it is. This is a quantum reservoir. That means you're going to take a shell and put it directly into your quantum reservoir.
Oh,
it's
really?
going to skip it's going to start building that economy up.
Okay, cool. So I've done that, and then I've got a total of 4 movement.
If you want, now that's a slash, so you could do 3, and if you could get beside something to punch it, you could.
And that's what I want to do.
Well, so what you can do is you've got 3 with your dash, so that would get you 1, 2, 3. So you're still 1 too far away, but you can spend spirit to get extra movement. So then that can move you in, and then you could toss some dice and throw some coins to your Witcher.
Which one's the melee attack? Melee attack.
Everything's melee unless you see, like on this Brainflex card, the crossbow. The crossbow lets you know that the attack is a ranged attack.
It's a range attack.
And that's how many hexes away you can attack.
Okay. So my persistent power says after each melee attack, if I dealt damage, I may move
2
twice.
more. Nice.
Okay. So would that go towards my reckless speed goal?
Absolutely.
Move 5 more spaces in 1 turn.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Let's do it.
I see what you're doing now.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go. I'll let you do that since it's right from you. So we got
1, 2, 3.
So that was 3 here. And then I can do the 4th.
Well, you can use your spirit because you're going to want to be able to. That's a slash. So if you want to be able to attack,
got it. I have to.
You're going to need to spend the spirit.
Okay.
And that can move you in next door to this mud crab.
Okay, mud crab.
All right. And if you want to punch it,
punching time. All right.
Coming out the gate,
okay,
throwing hands.
Yeah.
3 hits.
Boom.
Cracked him up.
Okay.
And there's nothing else to resolve. I mean, that was easy. That was clean. That was clean.
And then these are the trackers for the monster's health, right?
Yeah, yeah. So over here, like, I'm really proud of this system. Like, the Cuddingtons and the Eisners did such a great job. You know, a lot of dungeon crawls, you're like putting tokens at the base of things or on cards, or you've got wheels.
Yep.
This little dual layer board is perfect. That's the purple mud crab. You just hit it for 3, so you drop it down to 3.
Awesome. Yeah.
All the stats that you need to know about the particular creature is here on this card. And in almost all, there will only be 2 creatures per scenario.
Cool.
But sometimes bosses have a different situation.
All right. I'm glad you kind of brought that up because, a typical dungeon crawl is I'm always tossing tokens on cards, and eventually you can't read them. With all the damage that's being done. So this is a fantastic way to track.
I think people will copy this.
Yeah,
this is going to get copied for future stuff, and
it should be.
I'm okay with that. the big what's the saying? The greatest form of flattery is imitation.
Imitation, yeah. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. Yeah.
If you need me to mess up a quote, I'm your guy.
I mess them up all the time. So now that I've done that, I can, because I've done the melee attack, I can move an additional 2.
Yes, sir. You can't move through enemies, but you can obviously move around them.
Okay.
So
yeah, let's move. I'll let you.
You want to go around him?
Yeah,
as far as you can.
there.
All right. So that's a total of 5 movement.
5 movement. So I've done one of these.
So you can take one of those, and you've done that once. So if you can do that twice more, you'll get 3 XP in your show off.
Yep. And then on the show off path, just a reminder: Axel will unlock amazing stunts, swift moves, and abilities that let Axel look out for number 1.
Seems very Axel to me. All right, so you're done. So now it goes to me. Now, what's one thing that I also really like about this compared to some other dungeon crawls is even though I picked this card, and this is the card that I want to play, I can't change it now. Let's say that we were both going to go attack this thing and you actually killed it. There's other dungeon crawls, sometimes you've already chosen your cards, you're locked in, and you're like, well, I can't do anything this turn. I've wasted these cards.
Yeah.
I don't commit where I put my card in the grid until it's my turn.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, maybe I was going to go here and do a big combo attack, but I don't. If it's dead in front of me now, I can just do. I can put this card somewhere else. I don't have to use that combo, which is
again. I've seen videos already of this mechanism. I really think this is neat.
You know what? I think
really cool.
I think what people are really liking about this is it's like a little Euro game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Totally.
It's got deck building. It's got hand management, and then it's got combo tableau building that's really rewarding. And I mean, we're playing with the front end of the game. Like once you get deep into the campaign and you've really you've built out your character the way that you like to play, and you've bought some upgraded cards, you've removed some janky starting cards.
Yeah.
It starts to feel real good.
Nice.
So, anyway, okay. All right. I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
I'm gonna charge up some shells because I learned from my last bout. Have some defense. One's gonna go here. And then I've got myself essentially 5 movement. I think I'm going to just need to move a bunch. 1, 2, 3. I could get there. I do have 3 range, which is just out of range. You know what? I'm gonna borrow your move. I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna throw hands. Hands at that mud crab up there because I've got 2 range with Echo, but I got a +1, and I am 1, 2, 3 away.
All right. Good luck. Oh, boom.
You guys take a picture of that, because that won't happen again. So I'm punching in this one for 4, so that drops him down to 2.
Nice.
We're rolling hot so far.
So far, so good.
But unfortunately, now it's the bad guys' turn.
Yeah. Quick question from Julia. Julia says, for those of us who have that have the minis, do we also get the standees?
Yes.
Also, will our minis, if we don't get the wash, have different colored bases?
Yes. So, everyone will get standees. Period. If you don't get the wash is going to affect the way that the minis look and their base color, because they've got the 3 different. We made them in 3 different categories. The heroes are going to be a sand color. All the creatures will be a light blue turquoise color, and the bosses have a purple kind of vibe to them.
Okay.
And then it's got it's this kind of the sun drop effect from Awakened Realms.
Right.
Then with a wash on it, so it's like it just makes them look way better than gray blobs.
Cool.
If you don't get the wash, I don't know why. It's only $25. But if you don't, I don't know why you wouldn't. But if you don't, the rings are what the rings do is they're kind of representing what these the colored bases on these are doing, right? They're just helping you identify which one's which, so that you can color coordinate to their health.
Cool.
And this one was here, I think, pretty almost sure. Okay.
Quicksand02 real quick says, I am so excited for this game. The campaign has been amazing. I love the addition of the 6-player playable character and the card sleeve option I didn't know I needed.
I've seen a couple people say they didn't think they wanted it, but the box is gorgeous, right? And then just for ease of organization, I think even if you don't sleeve cards, the card box, deck box, is going to allow you to kind of organize, because there's 700 cards in the game.
Wow, really that many?
Well, I mean, it's because of there's 6 characters with the cards, and then there's marketplace cards, and there's upgrades for all of those characters, and then there's cards for the baddies. There's a lot of cards.
Wow, that's cool.
So when people are like, "Why is this game so?" Well, there's dual layer boards. There's these huge map books, and then there's 700 cards and a big bucket of dice. Yeah, it adds up pretty quick, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's not a cheap thing to do to produce something like this. So,
awesome. And the cost of making games have went up drastically over the last 2 years. So, I think if this was 2018, this is probably a $60 to $65 game.
Yeah.
You know, it really has went up $20 worth of costs.
Wow. Wow.
So.
You know, that's actually something I want to, you know, let me do this. That was something I wanted to bring up earlier when we were talking earlier. The decisions that you made for this game, I mean, it had to be scary knowing that, you know, how the market's changed, how shipping's changed. I mean, how much of what the final product is here, like how different was it from your original vision?
It's not too different. There's almost always some sort of sacrifices that you have to make. And so initially we actually put out a preview page that was that had prices and things on it, and people were like, oh, $99. Oh, that feels very expensive. Now people who think things are expensive are always going to tell you, I could have made it $48 and they'd been like, that's expensive.
Yeah, of course.
But we heard people, and then what you do, people are like, oh, well, when you launched it, it was $89, and they just assumed we just cut $10. No, we removed some things that we'd planned on putting in the game.
Okay.
Because that removed costs, which then lower the price. These aren't arbitrary numbers that we just throw out, right? Like right. The price to make the thing has a multiplier on top of it, and that sets the price. And so if people are like, that's too expensive, you remove something from this, and that lowers. It's just a math problem.
Yeah.
Right? You know,
okay.
Hey, that math teacher in 7th grade said I would use this math, and she was right.
She was right. All right.
But it you know, one of the big things people have noticed is like, I haven't seen you talk about game trays, and that's because game trays are very expensive. They're expensive. They're expensive molds to make. The molds being the things that we make at the factory that are made out of aluminum. And they cut it, and then the plastic goes on top, and it's like a right. And then when they pop it off, there's your insert.
Yeah.
Right. So the things that it takes to do the detail that game trays does, very expensive. Okay. And then it makes the actual cost per unit very high. And it really prolongs production because it's like this whole big engineering situation that's got to be figured out.
Yeah.
And it's been one of the big factors that's delayed, or, you know, it takes as long as it takes to get it right.
Right.
Because, I mean, you could just throw it in there and hope it does an okay job, but like I'm pretty particular.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's one of the things. It was like, you know what, we're just going to have to go with a cardboard insert for the base game. Like,
okay.
Now the deluxe box that has all the minis and the squishy fruit and the shells and stuff, it'll have a plastic insert.
Okay.
So it'll hold everything and be nice and
right.
But
okay.
You know, the base game, you know, when people reacted to that price point being higher, it's like, well, there's some things that we can remove to get that down.
Okay.
But there's also like, okay, this is the level I'm comfortable with. I don't want to start removing you know, other things that I'm kind of in love with.
Cool.
So.
All right. Thanks for sharing. Now let's continue the game.
And see, Slivers just said, now with the 90. See, part of the reason, sometimes the reason we don't talk about these sort of things is if you don't know what you're missing, then you don't get upset about it, right? But this is where I've committed to transparency, right? And we talk about this in our videos, and I want you to understand why decisions like these are made. It's not just because we hate fun.
Right. Legends, give a shout out to his math teacher from long ago. Well done, Legends.
Mr. Graver, you were right.
Okay. So it's my turn.
Oh no, wait, no, it's not your turn. So
Did we do both baddies?
No, I went. Baddies haven't went yet. We started talking.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they haven't moved at all yet.
Darn. Okay.
All right, so our Sea Hounds are next, and up here on their card, you can. Well, it might be hard to see on the. You know, I'll bring it in so everybody can see. They've got 5 movement. They've got a base attack of 2. Now this is a little bit of a prototype prob as we call it in the industry. This is for what we're calling our standard Sea Hounds. So you'll see there's standard and there's mutants. Now right now there are no mutants on the board.
Okay.
Except this one mud crab. He's a mutant. But so this is going to apply to the standard. So 5 movement, 2 hits. If this was a mutant, it would just get a +1 to its base.
Okay.
Punchy punch.
Cool,
they just punch a little harder.
All right.
I just did that backwards. Derp. All right, but this guy's going to move 5, and he's going to move toward the closest hero. If there's a tie, he breaks that tie based off who's highest on initiative, whoever's the biggest threat.
Got it.
So unfortunately, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's me for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has just enough movement to come over and take a chomp out of me.
All right.
So now he's got a base attack of 2, and I've got to roll the danger dice. I'm gonna give it a roll. So it's +1, so I'm taking 3 hits. Now I've got 2 shells because I learned my lesson from the last time I got beat up. I'm gonna block 2 of those, so I'll drop 1 down, and I'm actually only gonna take 1 damage.
All
Now he has a retreat of 3, so he's going to run away for 3. 1, 2, 3. He's going to make me chase him down. And the Sea Hound has a spawn card on it. So we're going to get another Sea Hound back here at the spawn point. So I'll add this guy to the old board here with 5 health. Oh, I made 6. And that's the Sea Hounds. Mud Crabs, same thing. They've got 2 movement, base of 3, and they've got a special right now. If they hit a tide symbol, they will disarm us. So again, this guy, he's well within range, and they move smartly. So if there's a way that they can block us, or they can move into advantage, advantage is when they flank you. So if we're on both sides from it, we're flanking it, we get the advantage.
Got it.
Same for the baddies. If they can move into it, they do.
Okay.
So he's coming to punch. So I get punched again. Hey, that's bad. It's not helpful. So 3, I'll block 1. So I'm going to take 2 damage. But now I got to go dig up those status tokens that I threw away a minute ago.
Oh, okay. I'll take a quick look into chat here. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, folks. We are playing Tidal Blades 2. And let's see. Quicksand saying assumed some sort of insert. Not worried that it's not a game trade. Yeah, no worries. I don't want to have slivers. For those that okay. Oh, you know what? Why don't I show off some of the minis here? So
nice.
Yeah, there's a mini for you, folks, right there. And we're not just we don't have this on the table just because the standees show up a little better on camera.
Yeah.
There's one of the heroes.
Came in. Oh,
Meeple. And yes, that is Meeple, our plug, farms away. Right. There are the minis, folks. Okay.
So I was disarmed. So I got to take the disarm token and I have to apply it to a card that has an attack. So my Brain Flex card is going to get this. Now it is essentially downgraded, you know, and until this clears, until I clear this row or this card or this column, that's going to make that attack less.
Okay.
So not helpful.
Okay.
Okay, this guy's coming to punch you.
All right. Bring it on.
He's going to come. Well, he's going to go 1. Yeah, he only has to move 1. He's going to punch you right there.
Oh.
So 3 plus. You also are going to get disarmed.
Yikes.
So 3 damage. Now you don't have any shell shields, so you're just going to eat all 3 of those.
1, 2, 3.
And because you've only got 1 card with an attack symbol on it, you're going to have to add it to your middle card.
I have to.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. All right.
All right. And this guy's going to move 2. 1, 2. And this one's going to move 2. Okay. And then that's it. They're all done. So now that is the end of the first round. We'll go to the second round. We draw a card back up. So we always got 4 cards in hand.
Oh, okay.
And you have seen pretty much what's going to happen here.
All right.
Now we've just got to, again, get our objective of getting to this point, either being adjacent or on it.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, Quicksand said, honestly, I just assumed based on previous Druid City games that there would be some sort of insert in the deluxe and not worried that it's not a game trace. Well, you know, Quicksand, at the end of the day, I'm particular. Right, so I'm not gonna just let a piece of crap go in there. But at the end of the day, also, like, if an insert holds all of your components in place nicely, it's doing its job.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think we would all agree we want the game sooner rather than later. And we don't want to pay more than we already have to pay. So, like, I'm doing my best. Now, what we are looking into partnering with some of the aftermarket folks. Like Folded Space or Maple Realty, some of those folks, to have a solution that people could buy that's custom made for the main box.
Nice. That's cool. That's a great option.
Similar to what Gloomhaven did, right? Like, hey, we know it's gonna have an insert, but if you want like cream of the crop.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Picking cards.
What am I gonna do here?
Got a mud crab chomping.
This is where I can recharge or charge my shit. Okay.
And you got one here too as well.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna do this. And what's this one? I get an additional die.
Yeah. So if you were attacking, it gives you an extra die to do some more punching.
Okay. Ooh. And this is what I like about this. Like, what am I gonna cover up? What am I gonna lose to get something? Oh yeah. I sort of want to charge up that die. But at the same time, I want to do this.
Come on, brain. Do the thing.
Do the thing. Do the thing. I don't want to
I
lose.
spend a lot of time on TikTok, so if there's a TikTok viral sound, I probably know it.
Okay. Oh, I do. This includes me. That is the range symbol.
Okay.
How far away are we? One.
You're pretty close. You're only three, but as those mud crabs move, they're not gonna probably go before us since they're all at the bottom.
Okay.
But they can start kind of blocking off those paths for us, and they will.
Okay.
They will get their little chunky shells in there and block.
Boo, boo, boo. All right. So if I do this one here, I'll play this one here. All right, I am ready. So.
Okay.
This doesn't reset. We're building off.
No, it builds up exactly.
Okay.
So you can kind of know that you're gonna move from there.
Okay.
All right, and then we need to flip over for the baddies. All right, so Axel, you're not moving. I'm going down one, so I'll drop to the bottom of whoever's there. Sea hounds are also going down one. Great.
Cool.
And then the mud crabs are staying put, so that's easy peasy.
Okay.
All right, you're up first.
All right. So I'm doing acrobatic reach, and I'm gonna put it here.
Okay, going
But
straight in.
I'm going.
Oh,
I'm
no,
doing
okay.
this.
So this is something I did not explain to you.
Oh, okay.
If you ever make a 3-card combo, you're forced to activate that.
Tic-tac-toe. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. I do not want to do tic-tac-toe just yet, because if I do this, no, I can't charge up my sheet. I want to charge up the shells there.
Well, you could always go here and do the column.
Yeah, that might be cool. But I really want that die. That's what I like about this. It's like, what am I getting up? So I will go there.
Okay.
Okay. And then let's charge up 2 shells. Whoops, 1, 2, boom. And then I want to start punching people.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
So punch the mud crab.
Now you'll see this is a great example of you've got 2 separate attacks this time because you can't chain them together. Now, just so you know, if this was a chain, you would be forced to chain them. You can't operate them separately.
Got it.
So there's going to be times when you're like trying to break through armor or whatever, and you're like, I really need a lot of dice. But in this case, if you have some extra movement, you might want to hit this guy, run over here, hit this guy. And so separate attacks are actually advantageous.
Okay.
But either way, just so you know, you've got 2 separate
So
attacks.
the only way this would be chained if both of them had the little
Correct.
symbol. Got it.
Correct.
Okay, cool. All right, let's punch that dude then.
Let's get down to business.
Yeah. I mean, so could I punch?
Oh, by the way, you're top of spirit, the initiative track.
Oh, yeah.
So, you didn't choose that one. You've got the other one. You've got the one where if you land a hit, you move 2 more.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So I'm gonna land.
This one, remember, was also downgraded to just a single die.
Oh, that's right.
That's where he disarmed you.
Mm-hmm.
But you could punch with the 1. If you hit, then you get 2 free
that.
movement.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, so I'm gonna grab 1 die.
Yep.
Punch. Come on, punch.
Okay. So that's focus. You have focus. So if you want to spend, you have 2 hits.
Yeah, we got to spend.
Okay. So spend your focus. Yep.
Okay.
So 2 whacks to the
whackity whack.
He's only got 1 health left.
All right. So that's done.
So now you get 2 free movement. If you want to go ahead and use that now.
Yeah, let's come around him, going towards.
Boop, boop.
I can't go through him. Okay. Cool. And then I can use this.
Correct.
This one here. All right. So 2 dice.
Hopefully you finish him off.
Yeah, here it is. Done. Right?
Yeah,
yes.
You got him. Toast.
Bum.
All right, now where's my bag? There it is. When things die like a good dungeon crawl, it's got to drop you some loot. You got a fruit. So fruit can be picked up and used. You can eat it to heal yourself for 2. You can resuscitate a fallen hero by giving them that fruit.
Okay.
But your real end game is to hold on to it.
Right.
Because in between sessions, you can spend it like a currency to do upgrades.
Oh, that's right. That's what you were talking about earlier. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm putting in my little pocket.
Now, you are adjacent. Every character gets 1 free interact.
Okay.
You don't have to, as long as you're adjacent, you can interact with it and pick it up.
Okay.
But we, in our game, in a dungeon crawl, like a video game, if you just walk over it, you automatically pick things up.
Okay.
But, it's kind of behind you and going in the wrong direction, so you may just want to interact. You don't have anything else to interact with. So
let's grab it.
Grabbed. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, because again, folks, I'm trying to get back to the Nexus where we're going to meet up to complete our goal.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Now, if you wanted to, you could spend a spirit and move in, and you would actually be there this turn, and then.
Oh, that's right. Spirit.
I can get over there. I can get over there on my turn. We could
really
at the end of this round. I mean, we're probably gonna have stuff all around us, but we'll at
Let's
least
do it.
We'll
Yeah.
we'll rush in.
Yeah, we got
Okay,
it.
so if you spend the spirit, you can move on. Move on.
I
in.
forgot about that. Okay, so spirit, I move. Whoop. Yay.
You're staring that mud crab in the face.
All right.
All right, I'm up. I am gonna drop.
The one tar's in the house. Hi, one tar. That's a T.
What up,
from
T?
Snowbright.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do my.
You are
I'm
gonna
gonna do it. I'm gonna do
Okay,
it. I'm gonna
nice.
do it. Mainly because I really want to just get over there. Now that I talked you into moving over there, I need to make sure I get there as well.
All right.
That gives me one from here. I've did that. So now I've got 5 movements. So I'll go 1, 2, 3,
Wow.
4.
Nice.
And then I've got 2 hits. I'm gonna toss some hands at this little guy. That's 3.
Wow.
See, this is where I wish I could have been over here,
Uh-huh.
because then I'd been fighting with advantage, and that tide symbol would be a hit. But
How do we get advantage again? Is it when we're
we just need to flank it,
them?
so we
Okay.
need to be on each side of it. Like right now. Now there is a thing later in the game called advanced flanking,
Uh-huh.
which this would
That would be
qualify.
okay.
But you
Good
don't
to
have to
know.
be. You don't have to be perfectly across from each other.
Cool.
I'm gonna hit this guy for 3. Boom. All right. So now I've done all these things. This comes off. These go to my discard. Now, unfortunately, that also have my persistent power. That's one of the things that's really cool about this is when you have a powerful card in your grid.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't trigger it to clear, you can get a lot of multiple uses out of it, right? Because
Right.
I'm going to trigger it in this column. Next time I'm going to trigger it in this row. Next time I'm going to trigger it in this row. You know,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can get quite a few uses out of it.
So you sweep them away when you've done a tic-tac-toe, basically.
So again, it's the ebb and flow of combat, right?
Yeah.
So like I built up a really big turn, but now I've got to build my board back up again.
I love it.
One thing you'll notice is the centerpiece is once it's removed, it has a heal. That's the only place that you have a built-in heal.
Oh, okay.
If you're getting walloped,
That's where you got
that's a good place to go.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Sea hounds are up. So they're going to move 2. They're chasing at me. It's out of range, which is great. This one's going to move. There's only 2 on the board. And they're... Nope, 3 players would spawn another one, so there's only 2 of us. Mud crabs are going to move 3. So, unfortunately, 1, 2, 3. He can hit me. Got a base damage 2.
Oh.
And I only got 1... So I'm going to take 3 damage. Ooh, I'm on the edge. I'm on the edge
Wow.
of a wound. Great. That's fine. This is fine.
Everything's fine.
This little guy is, since we're both beside it, it's going to choose whoever's highest on initiative. Luckily, that's you. There you go.
Bring it
I
on.
say luckily for me. All right.
Okay, so that
Oh, he's not doing any specials this time, so that does nothing.
Okay,
So
cool.
just 2 damage.
2 damage.
And you can block it if you want.
Yeah, I want to block, so I just spend one of
You
these.
just, yep, you drain 1 off,
And
and
then
your shield is less effective. That's it.
that's it.
That's
Okay,
it.
Cool.
You blocked it.
Yay.
And this one's going to start 1, 2, 3, making its way to us. And this is a mutant, so it has 9 health and a higher base damage. So, something to think about.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
round 3. Oh, wait. We made it. We did our thing.
Oh,
we,
yeah, we
we made it to the here.
Here it is.
We did it.
All right.
If the heroes are adjacent to the Nexus at the end of the turn, great.
We did it.
We're back in sync, Echo cheers. The Nexus is operational, but I can only estimate the damage that it sustained. We should hurry through the gate while we still have time. Easier said than done, Axel shouts, pointing to a group of bulky mud crabs who emerge from the fold gate. Set up map A2, so we're going to move the narrative token to, this is actually now the entrance to the fold.
Okay.
And we're going to get more mud crabs.
Uh-oh.
Mud crab here, and a mutant mud crab. That's a lot of mud crabs.
Yeah, this board is
here.
getting real crowded real quick.
So, as it says, our final objective is enter the fold gate. When a hero moves onto the fold gate, remove them from the board and initiative track. They do not take any more actions during the scenario.
Oh.
When all of the active, not knocked out heroes have moved onto the fold gate, we get to move on.
Okay.
So, like in this case, we don't even have to kill these things.
We just
if
gotta
we
run.
can get around them.
Okay.
But more than likely, we're probably gonna have to punch a hole. through some of
Yeah,
this stuff.
yeah. Okay.
Look at that.
I love
Mud
it.
crabs.
Yeah,
It's
the art is just
an ancient foe. And then it's got lots of flavor text for the,
beautiful.
If you're-
Beautiful.
if your group cares about that sort of thing. Okay, back to the
So-
cards. So we need to draw back up to 4. and pick our card. Pick our cards.
So we cannot run through.
We can't run through them. No, they're gonna block us. So,
Okay.
but if we can punch it and then run,
Yeah, how
because
many?
it's only got 3 health left.
Okay, I should be able to.
I like the way you're thinking.
Yeah, I should be able to.
I like the way
Well,
you're
that's good.
thinking.
And this will give me. Okay, let's do that there. I'll go with this one.
Okay.
Place it here.
Ready?
Yep.
Reveal them.
Okay.
And when we're picking our cards, we can talk about what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We just can't say, I can't show you the cards, and I
Right.
can't say specifically, I'm gonna go +2 and punch. You know,
Right,
I can say I'm gonna try to go faster this time.
Okay, or I'm in the mood to fight, or something.
Yeah,
like that.
stuff like
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go down initiative 2.
Okay. Boop. And I'm going up 1.
Okay.
Sea hounds are nothing, and mud crabs are nothing. So that just stays as is. So I'm first this time. Me and my board. This board. I am gonna activate this situation because I want 2 spirit because I need to do a lot of movement. I'm gonna move 2 down because I got a feeling that things are about to come around us and start punching. And I'm gonna move. Oh man, there is stuff everywhere, isn't there?
Yeah.
I really need you to go first and kill that 3 so we could just ran through the.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to go.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go the long way around.
You're running around, right?
1, 2,
Okay, so I'm
3,
gonna go.
4, or no, I don't have attacks. I didn't spool up attacks this time, so I could go. You know what? I'll just go this way. 1, 2, and I'm gonna spend both of those spirit. I'm gonna sprint.
Yeah, run.
Later. Okay. That's pretty straightforward for me this time.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Oh, and actually, it's
Sea hounds. That's right.
Seahawks first.
So there's on this one. So it's just gonna turn around and punch, but it's got only got a 1 damage this time.
Okay.
But it could flat-foot me, which would be that would
Yikes,
suck.
that would not be
'Cause-
fun.
yeah. Oh, that would also suck if I roll a double hit.
Oh.
3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Well, you know what? I just want to show everybody how the wound system works.
Yeah, exactly.
This is just, so that you guys can see.
Yeah.
The wounds are going to come on to my board here. I'm going to just drop it down here because
Okay.
I don't know. It's all bad.
And wounds are cleared out. When are they cleared away?
At the end of the scenario, they don't clear.
Got it.
And then you mark that down in your book.
Wow.
And this one's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's hunting me. All right, you're up.
All right. Cleave. So I am going to do the tic-tac-toe.
Nice.
Let's take care of that guy first.
Okay.
So.
Hit it hard.
Yeah. Okay, this one here.
Okay, so
I could go
yeah,
here.
if you do that,
do
then
one.
you would get an extra
Get
dice.
the die, right?
Yeah.
How do I determine extra die? It's
Well, in this case, normally it would be 3 + 2, but
Yeah.
this one has this disarm, so that is actually only a 1.
just a 1.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Oh,
Come on now.
Well, so you don't have a choice. You have to combo those.
Oh, I do have to come.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because it has the little
Yep.
chaining thing. Okay. Got it.
That's a lot of hits.
Boom, 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 boom.
It's very dead.
Very dead. Okay.
I like it. Let's
Me
see
too.
if it drops you anything useful, because luckily it's
Come
right in
on,
front of
Luke.
you. You can run right over
Yeah.
it.
Loot. And then I will get my extra movement.
Oh yeah. So it's a spirit,
Okay.
which you can pick up.
Cool. And just bump this up immediately.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. And then my persistent, I get to move twice. So
yeah.
should I follow you or should I?
I would just go straight ahead, and
Okay.
we'll deal with the consequences of these guys.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll go ahead. If you could move me straight
So
ahead.
1, 2.
1, 2. Thank you. So I've done this. Now I do this. So 3, and then what was this again? This
You move 1 directly into your quantum reservoir.
1 direct quantum and 3. So 1, 2, 3.
Sure.
Do I want to be right next to?
I don't think you have much of a choice.
It's like, yeah, I really don't. What are these again? These are we
They're the fruit.
picking them up?
Yeah, if you can pick them up along the way, they're
Sweet.
there to be grabbed if you
Okay.
can.
Cool. All right. End of my turn.
They're mostly there to entice you to get off the quickest path to the target,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. So then these will clear.
They will clear. So this actually clears off that card. And
Discard.
discard. There you go.
Cool.
Mud crabs. So this one's gonna move 2. He's gonna start chasing. We'll just go ahead and move both of these. They're standing in front of the fold gate, and this one's just gonna try to get in front of you, and then
Okay.
it's gonna punch. So it's got that's a mutant, so it's got a base of 3 and 2 misses.
Wow.
So only 1 hit,
I'll take that.
and you can block it if you want, or
I'm gonna save that block. So
Yep.
Take a hit.
Now, was that block already there? Or did you move that over from your cards?
That was there.
Okay, so it needs to move over in your quantum rescue.
Oh, it does move.
Yeah,
Okay.
you didn't actually have that.
That's right. Okay.
Okay, that's
Okay,
the
cool,
only thing. That's the only thing that people tend to forget is to move those over at the beginning of your turn.
Yeah.
I think we'll have a reference card
Yeah.
once the game's finalized. Okay, back to the cards.
And I can spend this at any time during my turn. Is that correct?
Yes, and on other people's turns because you can pay for somebody to have a reroll. So like
Cool. Here, let me show this real quick. So yeah, on the board there, it'll tell you exactly what you can spend it on. Adjacent enemies lose health, or you can reroll or gain spirit or focus.
And you'll notice there's some empty slots there for maybe potential future upgrades.
Aha!
Just slot in there.
Nice. Love it. Okay.
You like that sort of thing.
I do.
Who doesn't?
So I went. We did the Minecraft, so we're doing another round.
I like it.
Wow. So we got to get to the fold. How close are you and I? How many? 1, 2, 3?
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm 4 spaces away from
4
you.
spaces. I'm just saying, maybe we want to be a little closer.
I mean, I can get over there beside you, but I go before you.
Yeah. Like, we'll continue towards where we need to go,
Yeah.
and then I will get a little closer to you. Yeah.
That yellow mud crab's almost dead. It's only got 2 hits.
Oh, okay. How much does this guy have? This is the mutant.
It's got 9. We haven't hit it yet.
I mean, I want to steal. I don't really like him.
Regretting some of my previous choices. You know what? I'm gonna try this. Okay.
All right. Reveal.
I'm not moving.
I've got a
+1.
+1.
All right, so you'll slide up in the 2 slot. Mud. Oh, sea hounds are gonna jump you.
Uh-oh.
And mud crabs are on the move. All right. I'm still first though.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna heal myself for 2. And then I'm gonna move 2, and then I'm gonna roll. It's only 1 die, but I hit all enemies in a range of 2. So it's gonna be both of those.
Nice.
So hopefully, I roll that double hit and start clinking them down. You know what? I've got focus. I'll use it.
Yes.
So
Boom, boom.
that little guy takes 2, and that mutant is down to 7.
Nice.
That was it. That was my turn.
Okay.
Oh, and these move over.
Sea Hound.
Oh, sea hounds. Yeah, sure. So they move 3. It's gonna chase me down. 1, 2, 3. It's gonna move in to eat me. Yeah, they're both just gonna start punching me. Yeah.
Well, at least he healed up a little bit.
So they're both regular. So that's 2 plus nothing.
Okay.
So I gotta take those. And 2 plus a miss.
Nice.
Only 1. You know what? That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, totally.
Up to you.
Cool. I'm gonna go here.
Everything's up to you.
Okay.
Okay.
So now we are 1, 2. Okay, so is this all heroes in 2 range may gain a
Spirit? Yep.
Okay, so that includes me. So we're in 2 range.
Absolutely.
Spirit time.
Ooh.
We got spirit, James.
We need it.
Let's do the punchy punch against that one. Is that the one with 9?
That's down to 7, but yes.
Down to 7. Okay. So I get 2 dice.
Yep.
And no. Oh, what is this here? I can spend.
You could spin the spirit, and then this attack would have a range of 3. So if you wanted to attack something at range.
Well, he's right in front of me, so.
Nice. 3 hits.
Three
It could be.
hits.
Well, no, you don't have any focus, so.
Oh, man, I don't focus.
But 3's good.
Okay. 3 on that dude, and then finally I will heal for 2. So I've unlocked that space. That one there. Cool. Done.
Awesome. All right. Mud crabs. Ugh.
Yep.
And they're moving 2.
One's right in front of me.
Ow.
Oh no.
So that one can hit me. And this is a plain one, so just 2 plus disarm. Ooh, and I have to put it on my psychic surge.
Oh
It pretty much
no.
nullifies that card because it only has a 1 roll.
Oh, yikes.
Thanks, mud crab. And then the mutant's gonna hit you. It's got a base of 3, so it's hitting you for 3 and disarming you as well.
1, 2, 3.
It's gonna have to go on that one, unfortunately. And then these guys are moving too. So 1, 2, and they're gonna move right there. They're gonna block the door for us.
Oh man. Yeah. All right, we got some work ahead of us.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Okay. Back to the cards.
Let's do this. 1.
Oh, did you not have any movement? You had 3 movement,
Oh, I did. Yeah.
and you would have moved before they moved.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let's go around this dude here. So 1, 2, 3. Get me a little closer to the door. But then they're gonna block me anyways, regardless. So, I mean, at least I'm ahead.
So yeah, they would move 1, 2, and then he would just move 1.
Okay.
So
All right. So there's no. I've got a. What's this guy's health?
we haven't hit him yet.
Oh, we haven't. Okay.
And unfortunately, actually, you know, I don't think I added him. Yeah, I didn't add him, so he's 9. When he spawned, I needed to add that guy to the board. That one has. I said that one has. That one has 6. Well, we're a bit surrounded.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Now, Axel has a cool ability with his Quantum Reservoir. It's special to him. It's top one.
Yeah, this each adjacent enemy loses 1 health.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's the one I want to use.
and mine is we can gain advantage on all attacks this round.
Oh, okay.
So that could potentially be pretty good.
And then we could use these on any player's turn. Is that correct? The
Yeah.
spending these.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Why did the Psychic Surge have to get disarmed? That was my whole plan. I had a whole plan. It's not what we want. Oof. We might have to clear some of this out.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah. There's
rough.
no. Okay, I can
This
get
is
this.
looking rough.
Yeah.
Afraid I'm about to get like
Yeah,
laid into.
got 2
You
guys.
know what? I'm gonna do this one.
Oh, I can spend fruit at any time, correct?
Yeah, to heal yourself. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. How many does that heal?
2.
2. Okay. Yeah, I might as well do it. 1, 2. Okay, and then I will do. Oh man, I don't. Oh, but I can go up. Yeah, I'll do this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Go on. Okay. All right. So Echo's going down 2. Sea Hounds are going up 1, so they're just gonna stay. You're
I will
going
go
up
1.
1, so you're jumping behind them. And Mud Crabs are going up 2. Oh man, I'm going last.
Ooh.
Oh, I went from first to last.
No.
Could be bad. Okay.
Goodness
All right.
gracious.
Well, you know
Okay.
what? Sea Hounds are first, actually. So.
Oh, that's right. Oh man.
So, they don't have to move because they are already blocking me. Actually, like I said, if they can, what they will do is they have enough movement. This one would move to here so that they're flanking me, so they roll with advantage. So that's bad.
Okay.
So they have a base of 2. They're both going to punch me. So
Ouch.
2 plus that is advantage. So 3.
No. Oh
more.
no. Oh no.
All right, so I get another wound. This is what happens when you get 2 wounds, guys.
Ouch. Ouchie, ouchie.
What was I gonna do on my turn? I don't remember. I'm gonna not cover up that. You know what? I better put it down.
Save your health, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that health open.
Wow.
Sea hounds are done.
Sea hounds
so
are done.
Up to you.
Okay.
This whole mission's up to you.
Yeah. And do I take the hit? I don't want to. I gotta save that. I could get that up.
Oh, you got so much health. Look at you. You're
I know.
fine.
Okay, if I go here, I've got so I'm not the highest on the initiative. It says here if I'm the highest on initiative track, I gain 1 spirit, but I'm not
At the start of the round.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
it's also at the start of the round too.
Oh,
So.
oh, got it. Okay, let's do some punching, and then I've got movement after that. So 2 of these, and then can I take the third?
Absolutely. Finish. Well, so you're gonna punch that. Well, you could punch the top one. It's a regular. It only has 6 health.
Let's do that one because this
You
one
might punch a hole in it, right?
Yeah.
Just run around it.
That's what I'm hoping.
Oh.
I don't have any focus.
No. Okay. Hey. Rerolls. You know what? I'll spend 2.
Okay, cool.
And I'll let you reroll.
Thank
so now if you can reroll any amount of dice you want. So if you wanted to hold on to that one because it's at least a hit.
Cool. And I do have rerolls myself just in case. Okay, there you go. There you go.
4.
4.
That takes it down to 2.
I could spend 3 and each adjacent enemy takes it down 1 more. Or I could spend 3 to gain a focus and then use this focus to do another hit. But that's the same thing as the adjacent. I might as well do the adjacent enemy now.
I mean, it does put a hit on both of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Because if I do it this way, I'm going to get hit on 1. But okay, I'll spend these 3. Hit on each of those, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 on the.
So 5 total on this one, so it's only got 1 health
so we're
left.
Close. Okay.
And then that one just takes 1 hit, so it's down to 8.
Jeez. Okay. And then I have my 3 movement, but
they're blocking.
they're
you.
blocking me. Hit.
And all heroes. Oh, you could run over to me and trigger that, so we both get our.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Because you can just go 1. And that triggers for me, and then come back, even if you want to stay in the same spot.
Oh, so I can move back and forth.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Back and forth, get a spirit. Or I mean, is it a spirit? Yeah, it is a spirit. So do I? Since I'm here, do I just leap over?
You don't. No, you're
That's
maxed out
until
you're maxed out until
okay.
you upgrade it.
Okay.
So
well, at least you got your spirit.
Yeah.
Okay. That's my turn.
So close to punching a hole in it. Well, you know what? I think I can finish.
You can finish it, right?
When it gets to my turn, the mud crabs are next.
Oh, my crab.
Ouch. So that one doesn't need to move. This one's 1 away from each of us. So you're higher on initiative, so it's actually going to come to you.
Okay.
And actually, it's going to move to here because it's going to move into advantage. Actually, either one of those would be advantage. So that doesn't matter. Okay, so we'll start at the top. This guy, we have not cleared out these mud crabs, and we're about to pay the piper. This one's punching me. Oh, luckily, this one only has 1 damage right now. So that's only 1. All right. Now they're all about to just they're about to pound on you.
Yeah.
So, this one, let's start with this one. So it's got a base of 2 plus nothing. So just 2.
2.
That's not bad. Could have been worse. The other mutants also got 2 plus. Oh.
And I don't have any of these.
4.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Take my first wound. Oh man. Oh, this is
Whoopsie.
brutal. Whoopsie. Yeah. What's that? Guess we'll go here.
Yeah, Legends. I need Ruel to save me.
Yeah,
it's getting ugly.
And
then the regular one's gonna punch you. He's got a base of 1.
Punchy punch.
Plus 1.
1, 2. Oh.
Eek.
Yep.
That was. You know what? That was the worst round. Now I still get to go, and I've I've dialed up a big old punch here. So I'm gonna drop that in. I'm gonna spool up some of that. I'm gonna run over 2 spaces beside you, friend. I'm gonna definitely finish off. Yeah, 3-punch combo here. I kind of want to punch the mutant because I could do a lot of damage to it. But at this point, I think we should punch a hole in this and try to
get around.
And if we can, well.
Yeah, you kill that one, right? And then
the problem is when they're like, you might be able to get through. But you know what do my cards look like? I could maybe. Oh, yes. Okay. I think we're good. All right. So I'm gonna punch it. Oh wow.
Wow.
Why
nice.
didn't I go after the mutant? It would've almost killed it. Anyway, that's fine. Thanks, Echo, for contributing to the fight.
Nice.
That's gonna drop some
Loot.
goodies. I would love if it dropped a focus.
Oh man.
Because I don't have any focus.
Yeah, me
That'd
neither.
be good.
Come on, focus.
It's a spirit.
Spirit.
And we're all maxed out on spirit. Great. So we'll leave that there for later in case we
Okay.
can use it. You know what? I've got 2 spirits. So I'm gonna use one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll pick that up.
Okay.
So I still have 2. I'm gonna go 1, 2.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna get over here on the other side of this. So at least we can't be completely blocked out.
Right. Okay.
And now we're flanking that thing, so it shouldn't move.
Right. And we get because we're flanking, we get
Well, if we were attacking, we would get
oh,
advantage.
got it.
Oh man, I defeated an enemy. Yay. Oh, I've gained. You know what? I've gained 2 status wounds, so I can check that off. These are hard to remember. If you
Move 5. I know I did that first one. Oh, man, I know there's was there a turn I did another 5?
You did for sure, at least once.
Because I've played this. Yeah. Okay, so we'll do this here, and then.
No, you just move that one down.
Oh, I just moved that.
Yeah,
down.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then I don't think you've defeated an
Not
enemy
within the
because we've been apart.
We've
But
been
right
apart.
now we might be able to work that in the next round.
Yep.
And luckily you don't have to do that once.
Cool.
Okay. Woo. All right, back to the
Let's
cards.
do this.
Round 5. Can we finish this off without getting knocked out? is
So-
the thing.
Question: if I play a +1 on initiative, do I take over this?
Yeah, you'll jump in front of him. If it doesn't move. We don't know what it's gonna do though.
Okay. Oh wait, you know what? That's not what I'm gonna do. That's not what I want to do anyways. Because I want to do this. Don't forget to move your shells.
Shoot, I'm at the bottom.
Excuse me. Oh,
I don't want to do this either. But I might. I'm gonna play this just for a very specific reason.
Okay. I'm going to. Do you move your shells to the?
No, those were from my turn. I was last.
Oh.
So they will stay there until the beginning of my next turn. So because the reason that's if everything is before me, they're acting as defense for me.
Got it. Okay. Darn, man. What do I do? This is so good.
Oh, I keep putting my head in front of the camera.
Oh, you're okay.
Nobody wants to see the back of my head. You want to see this beautiful art.
I do want to go first. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna overthink it. We're going. Let's do this.
All right.
+1.
All right. Let's see. So, please go backwards.
Nothing.
Yes. See, hands are going down too.
Woo!
Perfect.
Love it.
You're staying?
Yep.
No, you're
+1.
up. +1. You're good.
+1, yep.
Mud crabs are going down 1, and I'm going +2.
Yeah. All right. Come on.
You're up first.
Okay.
Let's run.
There you go.
Run! If you want to kill something on the way through, do it.
Oh, yeah. Well, how
But
much
as long
movement?
as you
1,
need
2.
1, 2, 3, you need 4 movement, and you can get on the
Yeah,
spot.
and I've got spirit to move, plus this movement.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, I got to punch at least.
Punch it.
once. Okay, punch. What is this? Spend 2 spirit.
And you get to add 2 more dice to your attack.
You know I'm doing that.
Are you doing the vertical? Are you
Are
doing the column here? Is that what you're activating?
this here? Yes.
So are you going to use that for movement? Or are you going to add it to your?
I was gonna
Okay.
do movement. For
Okay,
this one.
great.
Yeah. Yep. So I spent 2. Got the extra dice.
Yeah.
Dice.
Come on, dice.
Come on, dice.
That's the
2,
dice.
3, 4, 5.
And
How much does he have?
punch in the red one? It has 8.
8. And do we get advantage?
We do, but you didn't roll any tide symbols.
Oh, okay.
And you don't have any focus, unfortunately.
Shoot, I should have done this first to get focus.
You can do that. You can
I?
do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Focus and spirit.
Yep,
So
yep.
focus. Actually, I spent the 2 spirit to get the die. Well, actually, wait. Here we go.
You did,
Okay.
but you went back up to 2. That's right.
Got
That's
it.
right.
Thank you.
Your accounting's good.
Okay. Cool.
That math works.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus the focus.
6.
6.
So that takes it down to 2 health.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
All right, now what?
Wait, I have to spend the focus.
Yes, you do.
All right. 2 movement. Can I pass through you and get to the gate?
Sure can.
Yeah, let's do that. So 1, 2 movement. At the start, we were supposed to gain 1 spirit, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Okay. And then I'm going to spend my final 2 spirit to boom, boom.
All right, you're off the board. You're out.
Woo!
You're in the fold.
In the fold. Just chilling in the fold.
Good job.
Right
You just left me here. But it's fine.
You're good.
I go next.
Yep.
It's fine. Had we not, I only have 4 health left.
Yeah.
It might have been close.
Yeah.
I was playing Echo's Time Bend card, mainly just to go up 2, but it doesn't have any icons, you may have noticed. But it says you may place Echo in any hex adjacent to another hero. So he like warps through time and like shows up. So what's great is like if Cayman was way off over here, or you wanted to hang back and pick up fruit or attack something over here, you could play this card and be like, whoop, I'm back up beside you.
Cool. I love it.
You know what? I feel like you did so much work on that.
Yeah. Punch
I've got 3 dice. I can throw hands on the way out.
On the way out. Peace out.
Get roasted, as the kids say. We punched it to death. Get it gone.
Yep.
See, we had this the whole time.
Did you? Oh no, I didn't defeat it. Okay.
So I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
And we have accomplished our mission.
Nice. Woo! Well done.
It got hairy there for a second. Sometimes on this map, I've played 2 a lot, right?
Okay.
They can get bulked up in there where you can't.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to punch a hole through them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we only had that 1 row right here. I'm assuming that in other scenarios, there's like.
Well, we also got lucky that one of them was a regular.
Okay.
And not if they were both mutants, it would have been much harder to punch that guy down and knock him out to get through there. But we did. So
wow.
Let's see
what happens next.
Here. As you drag your injured teammates to the fold gate, you catch a glimpse of the creatures slowing down behind you. They stomp and seethe, their skin bulging as if about to burst. Broken shell? That's disgusting. What's up with them? Axel says, panting. A symptom of prolonged hyperdimensional stasis, perhaps. Sagishi muses thoughtful. I'm no Matt Mercer, but I try. They're evolving, Echo says gravely. We should continue. I reckon they'll be back even stronger. Congratulations, you made it inside the fold. So, depending on what happened here, we've got these fold-touched cards. As we learned, these creatures are kind of like the stasis of being trapped in the fold for 15 years is mutating them. If any heroes were knocked out at the end of the scenario, add 2 copies to the Sea Hounds deck.
Okay.
Otherwise, add 2 copies to the Mudcrabs deck. So in this case, we would add these cards, and what they do is when they come out, they attach themselves to the card that's below it, and they give them a stasis. They give them an extra thing.
Okay.
These cards will stay as part of the monster's deck for the rest of the game. So now, forever and every time we face Mudcrabs, they're going to be the jacked up, hybridy bad ones.
Okay.
So our scenario bonuses, all heroes would gain 4 XP and 2 fame. We have some path advancements, so we would mark if we finished, like in my case.
Yep.
I did this one. I did not. I did actually. You know what? I killed that last one. I punched it on the way out.
Yep.
So I did both of mine.
Wow. I did not, unfortunately. Now I don't remember this one. Defeating an enemy that's adjacent to another hero. I could have sworn I defeated someone over there. Again, we'll have to look on the VOD, folks. Don't forget, this is available on VOD here on Twitch, and 24 hours tomorrow it'll be available on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
So we can sort of look back and see if I did the team player where I had to defeat an enemy that is adjacent to another hero. I could have sworn we were adjacent.
We were close. Yeah, it's very possible.
Yeah, but I did not do this. I know I didn't do that many moves.
You needed 1 more.
Yeah,
and then the last one you moved 4, and you needed 1 more.
Yeah.
Actually, no, your other card was gone. Your other person's power was clear.
Right. Oh well.
All right. So
okay.
But anyway, we would mark our sheets with the amount of XP that we earn there, and then here give each player the 3 cards of their character marked with the starting initial 1 to 3 from the narrative deck. They may spend XP to gain up to 2 of these cards. Add all game cards to your hero deck. Place unselected cards into the discard. So this is where we would get. There's some cards in the box that you would get 3 of, and we would get to spend some of our saved XP.
Nice.
To potentially buy some of those. In our case, we would definitely mark our wounds down and then bank your fruit. And when you're ready, you would start with adventure for chapter 3.
Oh, and look at that.
That's just talking about how mutations work a little bit, little flavor text.
Yeah.
But then you get we're inside the fold.
Yeah.
And you get to start seeing what happens there on scenario 3.
Wow. I'm gonna say this right now. I played this one time with you right now.
Sure.
I'm gonna say this. As much as I like Tidal Blades, this I gotta show this here. I think takes it to a whole nother level.
Sure.
And again, they're two different games.
They are, yeah.
But I really enjoy this, like you were saying, a Euro-y, puzzly type thing, with a dungeon crawler. Like, oh, such a good choice. I really enjoy this. I'm gonna say this. This is what I want to say. We have Star Wars. We have Empire Strikes Back.
Yep.
The sequel. Arguably, the sequel is better than the original. We have The Godfather. The Godfather 2. Again, arguably, the sequel is better than the original.
Sure.
I'm going to be saying, I'll say this. I'm going to go on record. Tidal Blades 2, folks, could be the Empire Strikes Back / Godfather 2 of the Tidal Blades series.
You know what? We're okay with that because
yeah.
That's not saying the first game's bad.
Right.
It's great. Could just be better.
I think this is more my jam.
Sure. And I think there's going to be plenty of people that agree with you on that. And I think, there'll be people who say, I don't know, I really like the worker placement from the first game. And that's okay.
Yeah.
They're very different games.
Yeah, they are. And I got to take a look at it. I love chucking dice, so we still have the dice chucking. But it really is this thing because it's so, there's that tension of like, oh, I want to do this, but I can't do it. Or in this scenario, I know James is going to go there, so I need to play something to go help or whatever. And then if you do the 3 in a row, got to get clear 'em. So good.
And then you start mixing in wounds, and then
the wounds.
As we build up our battle scars, the way these things work, these things suck. So as they're mixed into your deck, let's say you go to draw your card for your next turn, and this pops up.
Oh,
you just like a wound, you immediately place it onto your board, and then you only have 3 cards to choose from for the next round.
Oh, brutal.
So then you can still like this one says unhealed injury. When drawn, place on your nexus. It's 3 movement, but you have to lose 2 health when you activate. Now, when activated, you can discard a focus and 2 hearts, and you can clear it from your grid if you want.
Okay.
So there's an extra cost you can pay to get it off the grid.
Yeah.
But
wow.
But they pop in, and then you have to place them down, kind of like a wound, and it limits your hand for that next turn.
Right.
So you don't want them.
Yeah.
You don't want them. And what's great is like when you go in scenario after scenario 3 is your first time to go back to Naviri, and you get to spend some of your spoilers. But you get to, if you've watched the scenarios that we've released, like this isn't necessarily spoilers, but if you don't want to hear anything, just put that's where you get your first opportunity to spend your XP and fruit.
Okay.
And you can spend some XP or some fruit specifically to heal battle scars if you've already got them.
All right.
But then that's stuff you're not upgrading in your deck. It's not cool cards you're buying. So it's not like, battle scars just a future James problem.
I'm so impressed, and again, thank you for showing this off today. This has been fantastic, folks. We got a couple of minutes for a question or two. Let us know if you're in chat if you got a question for James while I have him here, and we're gonna get going real soon. We're gonna raid another channel as well. James, any final thoughts before we get out of here? I mean, I had a great time playing it. I'm sticking by what I said. I think it's going to be the Empire Strikes Back to the Star Wars of the original.
We've got 24 hours left. There are 5 Kickstarter exclusive scenarios when you back through the Kickstarter. They're intended to be played after the campaign, and they're very personal. Like there's a bunch of fun little scenarios. Like Cayman, if you followed his lore and story from the first game, one of the scenarios plays directly into that. So there's going to be some fan favorite-y type stuff that happens there.
Awesome.
But 5 scenarios is a lot of extra game to play. And at the end of the day, I think this game, not only gameplay-wise, is going to satisfy people. I think when they get to the end of this story, when they see the completion of what we've done, like this is not a generic high fantasy. This ain't, wizards and dark dungeons, right? Like this is a really immersive world that the Cuddingtons have built, and this narrative is really good. And I think people are going to be like, they're going to be wow. They're going to feel like they went on an epic journey at the end of playing this game.
Nice. That's amazing. And again, thank you again, James. Want to thank you all for joining us tonight. I appreciate you. And wow, one more time, check out the link right there in chat, and more info. You got less than 24 hours of back it, folks. You've seen one scenario, scenario 2 of many, and as James said, if you back it now, there are Kickstarter exclusives.
And if you can't swing it right now, we have $1 Pledge Manager access, so grab that and then upgrade later in the Pledge Manager.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, friends, that's going to be it. We are going to raid Bondsnator. I'm going to start
Bonds.
Show her some love, and we will see you again. All right. Thanks again, James. Appreciate it, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you. And friends, we'll see you next time here on Tabletop Tonight. Bye, everybody.